Hey, Hearts fans, welcome back to From the Forest to the Tide. I'm Charles. I'm joined today by Rob and Sean and also Chris Linscott. We are here at the Knack Factory studio again in Portland, Maine, where they shot the Matrix movies. So thanks for being with us here today. Come and join us tonight. Have a red pill, a blue pill. We'll leave the decision up to you. But thanks for being with us. And Chris, thanks for joining us tonight, my friend.
Man, it's great to be here. I'm excited.
Awesome. So tell everybody a little bit about how you found out about the Hearts. You are officially the Dirigo Union's photographer. You were in 2025 for our inaugural season, and you certainly got to know the Hearts staff, and I saw your content all over their social media channels last year. Right. Let's start at the beginning. So you are a photographer to begin with. You didn't just pick up a camera when you found out the Hearts were coming to town.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a complicated story, really. I haven't been a working photographer for a long time. So back in the day, back in Nam, I was a photographer, a lot of weddings, a lot of portraits, some fine art stuff. But I shot a lot of soccer because of my kids mostly. And so luckily I had a pretty good portfolio to work with. And when I heard that Portland might be getting a soccer team, I can remember it was probably 2 summers ago, the summer before our official league started. I looked at my brother and I said, I got to figure out a way to shoot for the Hearts. Like I need to photograph that. And I'm not sure what really drove me to that, but it felt important to me. So come wintertime, when they started announcing that, we're actually getting players and we had a head coach and it was really starting to take shape. I again tried to figure out, okay, how am I going to make this work? Because it's not really easy to just show up and shoot for a professional sports team. You have to have credentials. You have to be shooting for somebody, So I needed a way in, and short of just reaching out blindly to the Hearts and hoping, I could make a statement somewhere with the work that I did have, I was lucky enough to kind of fall into the union and learn about you guys. So it was a lot of luck, a lot of kind of fortune on my part that I found the union and I could kind of play that angle and shoot for you guys, which in turn made the Hearts kind of agree to a media pass. So
right. So you quickly discover, I don't know, you shot all the home games this year, right? Did you make it to any away games?
I didn't make it to any away games, but I did make it to every home game.
Right, and the Open Cup games.
Right.
Yes, right. Those. So but I think what's cool is you quickly became, we refer to you as the Dirigo Union's photographer. And your book, which we'll talk about, Dirigo Union featuring Hearts. Is that right? It's the vibe, right?
Right. I don't know what came. It's like a lot of musicians do that.
Yeah. I really like it. So what did you think? Starting off, getting to see what the Dirigo Union was, kind of a different animal, right? Like, were you surprised at all as like that amount of support right away, or were you tuned in and you knew what was coming?
Nobody was prepared for that, right? Like, when I first
Rob was,
100%. Yeah, no, I had it all visioned out in my head. I knew exactly what was going to happen. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything.
No, I'm not even that aware, or wasn't that aware of like supporter sections in European soccer or anything like that. So it was a pretty big surprise to me. I actually work with Don Thibodeau, and so when I learned,
it all makes sense now.
Yeah. I mean, like my friend Don, everybody's friend Don, it turns out. When I learned that he had something to do with starting this whole madness, I reached out and he was telling me a little bit about it. You guys had kind of a website going and some things starting to get off the ground. But I couldn't imagine like what was going to kind of transpire and what that was going to turn into. So, that first game, I thought I was going to show up and there'd be a few people in the stands. I'll get a couple people with signs. It'll be cool, but turns out you guys had something going on that I really wanted to be a part of. So it was pretty amazing to watch, especially showing up to that first game. There's a few few people in the stands. Some
And
signs.
what's the game you're referencing as the first game?
What was that? The
The one in
Filens?
Lewis? Yeah,
yeah,
Steve Filens in
game.
Lewis. Okay, so you were there for the
Great
first
game.
game.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember because I know some guys came in, just like which media guys came in at which times. But
Right.
I was pretty sure you were there from the start.
Yeah.
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 That was a great game.
And I mean, I'm expecting to just show up and shoot a soccer game, and then there's some folks in the stands that I want to, capture, and it will be, it'd be cool. I shot a lot of high school soccer, a lot of college soccer. There's not much going on in the stands, and I didn't really realize that. But then when I show up for the Filens game and I see you guys kind of filtering down toward the corner, there's like signs. You guys are going a little bit nuts. There's instruments.
We're figuring it out too.
Yeah. And it was a small section. I mean, you guys were like maybe 25 deep at that point. It looked like something was about to happen, but you didn't quite know how to make it work.
Yeah, so let me ask you about that development from your perspective, because obviously you're the photographer. You're not necessarily in the stands, but you're around the stadium the whole season. What was it like for you seeing the section change? Because you did shoot a lot of the same people throughout the season in different stages. So I'm curious, like, what you thought as we got more and more mature as a supporters group, more and more mature as a club. What did you witness in terms of change?
I think I wrote about it in the book, actually. Like, it was pretty, dramatic is not even, it doesn't do it justice, like thinking about the Filens game, thinking about the Hartford game, even, the crowd, it felt like the crowd doubled for the Hartford game. And then we get to the first game of at Fitzy, and it seems like the supporters section like doubled again. I mean, the energy coming out of it, the organization, and then you look at some of the photos from, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of the way through the season, where I started to actually get the camera up in the air and get an overview picture of you guys and what was going on, kind of on a bigger sense. And I mean, the transformation is just remarkable, and the fact that you had politicians showing up, you had the folks that wrote the theme song show up, the GOAT of women's soccer show up, like all of these people want to show up and be a part of what's going on in the Union. So the transformation was pretty amazing.
So Chris, I purchased the book and thumbed through it myself, and really, poured a beer and spent some time and really, gave that thing a good hard look all the way through. And, certainly hats off to you. You put together an excellent product. And, one of the things that I think you started talking about, and maybe something I kind of wanted to ask you is from the beginning, where it seems like you're shooting a lot more on the field and a little bit up in the stand, maybe during maybe during a celebration, goal celebration or something like that. But as the year rolled on into kind of some of your conversation that you just mentioned is, more and more people started. We still had the bleachers filled with people, but the Dirigo Union started flushing out more and more and more as the year went on, and started getting all the ducks in a row as the year went on. The band started building. The chants and the songs became more and more mature, and certainly the volume increased. Did you find your lens kind of lifting up into the stands a little bit more as the year went on to capture some of this?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you saw. I think really the first game at Fitzy, the first home game at Fitzy, it was definitely a turning point in so far as like what I'm paying attention to and kind of realizing like it's as much about a soccer game as it is an event. Like this is just an event that I need to capture, and there's a lot more going on than just action on the field. And so it definitely was that first home game at Fitzy. And it's kind of tricky because I'm trying to capture the action on the field. That's kind of my number one focus. Like it's a soccer match, I really want to capture the action and get the hard tackles and all of that. I don't want to miss it. But at the same time, there's just pandemonium in the stands where you guys are, and it's like you can't help but pay attention and want to be a part of that. So I would say luckily, as the season went on, you kind of realize that there's a cadence to the game, cadence to the day, really. And so I would say like 3 or 4 games into games at Fitzy, I started to realize, okay, I can be here for this. Oh, now this is going to happen. I need to, check in with
Your
with them over
positioning
here.
on the field, either both where you're actually standing or where the lens is pointing.
Yeah. Because I know that you guys are going to do the clap, the heart attack, whatever we need to call that. I realize that you're going to hold the scarves up, during the 20th of Maine,
Yep.
and so the cadence kind of dictates where I am on the field. And luckily, the Hearts just kind of gave me carte blanche, and I could pick and choose where I wanted to be. So that was kind of nice. I didn't have to get specific photos for them, even though I was sharing everything with them. But at the same time, I mean, one of the hardest parts about the day is like, man, where do I want to be? Because like there's stuff going on everywhere.
So obviously we talked about you taking pictures of the stand, but what's it actually like being so close to the pitch and the actual game going on? I know you brought some photos that were some of your favorites from the season, but like we can share those soon. But like just what's it like being so close to the match? Because we have the track between us and the game, so you're much closer.
We all
than
tried to be photographers and get press passes, by the way. Hart's like, the Union is putting 55 photographers forward that would like passes so that they can be on the touchline. But you did it.
Exactly. No, I mean, you guys are almost at an advantage as far as seeing the game develop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, being on the field is pretty cool. Like I won't mince words. It's definitely where I want to be, and to be ground level and to see the action. But I also miss a lot because it's kind of like a horse with blinders on. I'm staring through this big lens, and I'm kind of like trying to pick out where the action is going to be. And so I don't see plays develop like you guys do up in the stands or the press box or wherever you happen to be. So there's advantages and disadvantages, but I mean, when Messer comes down the corner and almost takes me out, and I can, I'm just like right in the middle of it. It's pretty awesome.
Did you have players take you out at any point during the season?
No, I did have to move a few times, but I'm pretty nimble. So I got out of the way.
Getting hit in the lens.
Well,
Not a great-
they'd probably take the brunt of that. I got a pretty
That's
big,
true. That's true.
pretty big lens.
Do you feel like you knew what the hell was going on after games? Because I know when you're in the zone, like you said, it's a lot different experience. You're there on a mission, than actually enjoying the game as a fan. So is there any part of you that's bummed that you didn't get to just enjoy the ride as a supporter?
I mean, for sure. Like watching you guys up in the stands, especially when I was shooting like on the Sea Dog side of the of the pitch. And you guys were way down at the end, a goal would be scored, and the excitement of trying to capture the celebration and all of that is definitely, why I'm doing it. But then I'm looking down in the stands and you guys are just going nuts and I can't be in the middle of it there. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't trade that spot
No, it's what you wanted
for
to
the
do.
world. Yeah. So I think that's where I belong. I mean, I would love to be in the middle of that madness, but I don't know. I'm kind of an observer. I really like taking it in and seeing what's going on, and so man, yeah, wouldn't change it for a world.
Well, for everybody, from behalf of everybody, thank you so much for what you do for the Union. It was awesome when you volunteered your services, and I thought all of your. I don't know if anybody else did, but I went right to your website right away, and I saw all the youth soccer, and I said, this guy definitely knows how to shoot. So I was really excited to see what you did for the Hearts, and I think the book is fabulous. At some point, you need to tell everybody who's listening where they can get it, how they can get it, but the book is great. And thank you for putting that together, too, because you didn't have to do that. Like on my coffee table, I've got the book from the Hearts, and which is cool, and then in your book. And they're very, very different experiences.
Yeah, they are.
And it does feel like the book of the Dirigo Union.
It does.
It's really cool. So thank you for doing that, because otherwise we wouldn't have that. And can you imagine this season without Chris
No,
at our games? Like
no, because that was one of the best things about the next day or the day after a match is we would get to go through all Chris's photos.
Yeah, he
That-
put
that,
it
and that was
really
one of-
quick, by the way.
Yeah,
Very,
really,
very quick.
really,
Yeah.
really quick. Yeah.
Quick turnaround.
But it was honestly one of my favorite things. I don't know, Chris. Do you want to show some of your favorite photos
We'll put
from
them
the
up.
season?
We'll put them up as a slide, on the video. So, but why don't you pick any outfit so we can see which one you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Show us some favorites.
all right. So it's going to be hard to kind of sift through these really quickly, but
You're gonna have
I
to.
mean, if
Moving on.
if I were going to pick like a photo that I felt really encapsulated the season and the feeling that I got from
Perfect.
the season, I mean, Sashi celebrating his goal. I mean, I don't even remember what game this is. Do you guys
Yeah.
remember? Look at Sashi, man. He
Yeah.
is like a kid in a candy store there. I mean, a lot of celebrations are, everybody's like doing the cool thing, or they want to, be like really, really tough or whatever. And
Unbridled.
Sashi is just so friggin' happy.
So we've talked about this offline, but like, tell me about like who the photogenic hearts are.
Well, Mr. Wright is he likes photos the most.
He hams it up.
Yeah. No, I mean, who I wouldn't say Ollie's the most photogenic as far as me being able to capture him in a way that does him justice. I mean, it kind of sounds weird, but
We love you, Ollie.
yeah, right.
I know
No.
you're watching.
And Ollie was known to send a note out and say, "Hey, did you get any more of those, or is there
Oh, really?
a couple more?" Yeah.
Awesome.
It was cool. The one shot toward the end of the year where he grabbed the corner flag and like faced you guys, and I was behind him, so I got the shot of him facing the Union, and I just clipped the flag off a little bit with my composition, and I was bummed about that. And sure enough, he's like, "Hey, did you get any chance you got the full the full frame of that?" And I was like, ugh.
Flags clipped.
Yeah, not quite, but no, I would say, I mean, one of my favorite players to photograph for sure is Sashi. He was shy, like when he entered the stadium. All the players really loved to get photos of them walking in.
Sure.
Some of them, they'd have their fit on and they'd be, trying to look
I wonder
cool.
if other clubs do that, because you see that at a high level,
Right.
So are these guys used to that, other clubs, or maybe? I mean, I'm sure they love it.
I've seen a few of the USL clubs do it, but
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like ours are more professional in a way, almost.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
They crack all the little man bags and the at any level always crack me up.
I mean,
what the hell are these guys? What is that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Titus Washington might be a model on the side. I don't know.
No,
Like,
it's
he
like,
shows
he
up
looks
in
good.
some fits, man.
Really
Like,
good fashion.
Yeah, well, you know who really got into it was Shandon.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Shandon.
Yeah.
He it was like the red carpet was rolled out for him. He'd scroll up. I mean, his girlfriend was on his arm. I mean, he took full advantage of that.
He's like, wait,
love
hold
that.
on, I got music. Hold on.
yeah. And then you'd get photos of him walking toward you'd be like, hold on. And he
really?
would say, just me. Like, get a few of me.
Well, we've heard he's a
Don't get
favorite
in the shot.
in the locker room, so that checks out.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. So that was, and then on the other end of the spectrum, Sashi, he didn't want his photo taken before the game. He just like walking in, he's got sweatpants on, he's kind of like looking down. And then, I mean, when he scores, he just breaks your heart. He's so happy.
Yeah.
And right after that, he jumped the barrier and
Oh,
gave
that
a-
was my
gave
favorite
a
celebration
bow.
of the season. As much as I love, it's hard for me to say because we've talked about the Ollie stuff, and I love his celebrations. But that was my that's my favorite. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It just really did it for me.
No, I'm right there with you. I mean, I think I've got it in the prints there somewhere. It's just like he is so appreciative of being there, and it's not like, oh, look what I did, it's just like, thank you.
Yeah.
He's, I don't know.
I have a dream where he comes up to the zoo and and we all do it back.
Uh-huh.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Cool.
Yep.
So, okay, Masashi Wada, one of who's the worst?
Who's
Yeah, who's the worst? Who's the guy that is always like, who was the United player, the defender? I mean, I hate United, but his name's on the tip of my tongue. Come on, every picture's him. Like, he was famous for heading the ball away on the ground, making a tackle, basically leaping forward.
I have no idea. This guy left an impression on you, but did not leave one on me.
Well, you have to look him up. Shame on me as a Premier League fan for not having his name. But
My brother's
every
screaming
photo,
at home right now.
I mean,
by
to
the
be
way.
fair, you're a player, but some players do look angelic when they play, and he's just every shot, like he looks like he's just in pain.
Is this
going
like
through
old
the
school
motions.
player or is this like current? Or?
No, not current. This was probably I think he played about in the last 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
10 years ago. But anyway, I'll look it up afterwards. We'll put it in the
Sure.
Put it in the description.
There you go.
And this is fun talk. So I mean,
Yeah.
who's the least photogenic guy on the team?
I mean, that's gonna get me in trouble if I.
No, it's not. They
I
can
would
come
like-
on
Let
here
me-
and
let me-
defend
let-
themselves.
Let me
That's it's
rephrase the
perfect.
question. How
Okay.
about when you're looking back at all your pictures, you're like, man, I never got a really good shot of this player.
Yeah, no, I tried MPA. So Michelle,
You got some good shots of
well,
IPA.
you know, both him and Mikey. I think it's the position they play also. Like they're,
Middle of the park.
you know, the behind the
far away from where you're
midfield.
sitting because you're right on the edge of the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But every photo I have of Michelle and mostly with Mikey too is they're just distributing the ball. And so it's not a real dynamic shot. And I just kept trying over and over to get something, you know, really, really good for both of them. And I feel like with Michelle in particular, I'm like, just kind of mid, you know, I didn't quite get
Let me ask you this: did you get any good shots on any tackles this year?
any tackles.
Like
Action shots.
for example, my favorite tackle of all last year, which everyone should know by heart by now.
I know what you're gonna say.
Is the tackle about 9 minutes into the game after set piece got defended and they were coming back the other way, and Mikey Lopez completely had a perfect tackle and upended the One Knox attacker.
That was nice.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, I miss most of those.
Yeah.
I miss most of those, and it's really hard. It's actually really hard to photograph defense, for me anyway. It's
You typically, as you're shooting, I would imagine you're more on the attacking side of the field, right?
yeah. I mean, that's where you're trying to get players coming toward you,
Sure.
and also you can follow the ball that way. So the ball, you pretty much wherever the ball is, like that's going to be the action. When the other team has the ball and you're hoping to get a crunching tackle from one of our defensive guys, you just can't see it developing the same way, you know.
Gotcha.
So it's
What frame rate are you shooting?
frame rate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got some pretty
we're
old
digging
school.
We're getting
in.
You're
Now,
okay.
here we go.
Yeah.
Shot
No,
top.
what I think is impressive, I have a hunch that he's not shooting, you know, at 30 frames a second.
No,
So
I
I think
can't.
makes it a lot harder.
I can't.
A lot harder. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You're
I
taking
got-
single shot. Right.
Waiting for the decisive moment.
Yeah.
No, it's I mean, my camera will do 12 frames per second, so I'm kind of stuck on that.
Yeah. Well, that's
Um,
you do an amazing job. You do an amazing job. It's Phil
Thanks.
Jones, by the way, for United. Who's
Phil
the guy
Jones.
making the
Okay,
faces.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I will to get back to that. So, you know, love you, love you, Ollie. But I have some crazy ass photos of Ollie, like making some great faces.
Unpublished.
Unpublished.
Yes,
Yeah. I mean, it's tricky. Like his hat trick.
Yeah.
I got all three of those goals. Like a lot of things have to line up to get a goal shot. You know, you're shooting through people and all
You
that.
could probably just shoot him the whole time and have a great role at the end of things. Whether or not you got regardless of what happened in the game,
Yeah.
you could probably just shoot Ollie to 90 minutes.
And
Oh,
send
totally.
all
Yeah.
the pictures
Totally.
directly to Charles.
Hey, this is getting uncomfortable, but yeah.
And I mean, he's one of the first guys to go celebrate with a guy that scores.
Right.
He's on the field. He's really animated, so it's super fun to shoot him. But I also, for some reason, have a lot of bloopers from Mr. Wright. So
Did you get the nutmeg? There are a couple nutmegs, but the one is
I'd say
obviously
there's a few,
the game where he scores 3.
The hat,
the
the
hat
hat
trick
trick is what
nutmeg.
you're speaking
right,
to.
Yeah.
right. I mean, I think I feel like I got a couple of those, but they didn't make it into any
It's
sort of a,
really
of a
tough
reel.
to get those moments, like
Yeah.
video of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: so there's a huge team, well, a big team at the Hearts that are at every game, the media team that are with the club. So, and you were at all the home games. So, did you find yourself identifying maybe your niche among the other shooters, like what you were doing, as opposed you kind of have an idea of he'll probably do that, and you know what to expect from the other guys because it was fairly consistent, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, hats off to the Hearts. You know, Josh, Pat, like they put a lot of thought into what was going on with the media folks. I mean,
Right, you can tell it's obvious.
yeah,
right?
I mean, you're not going to go to another USL One team and have 6 people, you know, shooting, filming, like we did with the Hearts. And so, I mean, so they were pretty strategic. They really asked us to kind of stick to a corner. Like I always wanted to be on the Union side of the field. and I mean, a couple of advantages there. That's like most likely where the celebration is going to happen. And so we had like Lauren in the stands. We had Cullen was always on the supporter side or the team side as well. So they were pretty strategic about asking us to kind of stay where we were assigned. That being said, I could also mosey pretty much wherever I wanted to go to, since I wasn't specifically shooting for the Hearts. So,
well, personally, I love the way you framed. You were always looking for a nice framing. I think you brought a lot of artistic sense to your shots. People, the shots of Dana through flags, through arms, through people doing the heart, all that stuff. So, I mean, I thought it's beautiful work. I just think it's really, really nice.
Thank
and the
you.
intention, I personally like to think of the intention behind the photographer, and I think it's fun to think, oh, he was trying to do this, and if you can convey that, I think you certainly do, and that's not easy to do with sports and action and tell a story, Yeah,
I mean, thank you. with sports, you kind of take what you get. You're really at the mercy of what the action is. But at a Hearts game, I mean, the Union just gave me so much stuff. So even if the action on the field wasn't, lighting things up, I mean, there was smoke in the stands. Thank God for Dana. Good Lord.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look at the photos that we have of Dana and just, absolutely killing it out there. And so
Ethan and Ian.
Well, he's a madman.
Talk about them.
and Tabor, I mean, Tabor, like we got some great shots of him.
You got some characters in there.
Yeah. I mean, so there's no shortage of subjects on a Hearts of Pine game day.
Could you talk to us a little bit about the story that you put together in the book, if we can kind of transition to what you put together for the book? So I certainly don't want to tell your story for you, but certainly as I was flipping through it, very deliberate in the pictures and stuff there in that book and your summary, right, throughout the season. So can you kind of walk us through that process a little bit and kind of really what you're hoping for people to get out of that?
I mean, the book kind of wrote itself. I mean, at the beginning of the season, I'm out there, I'm trying to get single images. I'm trying to get, let's get some action. Let's get a few photos of these guys doing this, whatever. And then about, I don't know, a third of the way into the season, I'm realizing like there's actually a story here. There's actually, a progression of events, and it's pretty compelling, and I think, as we were kind of progressing through the season, I was realizing that the images were kind of...
That's the sound I want to hear. Sorry. No,
exactly. Stop talking. Let's just
That's
open
Charles'
beers.
alarm clock in the morning.
What? Sorry.
No.
Completely Roadhouse.
We are listening, I swear to God.
No, that's fine. It makes more sense when you've had a few
So
beers.
much quieter.
No, it's so quiet in here.
Sorry.
There's a story to tell.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, a story to tell. And I mean, you go through each game and you're hoping, okay, I've kind of told that story, that particular game.
Yeah.
I've got a series of images that kind of make sense as a collection. And then, at the end of the season, because I made it to every single home game, it just made sense that, there is a whole progression of images that need to be printed and, kind of put together, presented together, and not just on random Instagram reels. Yeah. So, as I was going through the season, I would kind of put a couple images aside, thinking, okay, that's, this one's significant, this one is meaningful. And, at the end of the season, I've got maybe 350 photos or whatever that I looked at and said, okay, these are the keepers. Now, how can I kind of lay out the story of this season without being repetitive? Like some of the best images didn't make it into the book because they just, something else made more sense, and it was similar.
It wasn't part of the storyline that you were trying to tell, right?
Yeah, and
Hero images, and they don't always make it, right? Because when you're telling a story, you need those 2-3-star images to support the big 5-star images, 4-star images, and have a narrative, right?
But if I can get
You do a
really
good
meta
job.
for a moment,
There's no two-star photos in there.
Well, that's the scale, right?
There you go.
So if
But
there-
like
yeah.
that's the story of a soccer team season too. Like there are star moments, there are hero moments. But at the end of the day, all the players should be working together to actually create the narrative, create the story, get through the whole season, and have a finish like we did, almost making it to a final. So I think it's really cool you were able to capture everything and put it in such a great book for everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, and trying to choose what images go into the book. Like there's images of like Coach Bobby standing on the sidelines in his, joggers and his button-up shirt, and like the image on its own, it's not great. It's interesting if you care about the team or whatever. It's just kind of a snapshot in time. But when you kind of present it as like, this is what the sidelines looked like, during a match, and then you got Mikey Lopez in exactly the same light, almost running right by the coach. And so that image kind of works with the image of Coach Bobby, even though it's a very, average photo of Mikey, it helps kind of tell that story of what our sidelines looked like, at that particular moment.
It's a simple compare and contrast, right?
Yeah.
How's the Hearts changed you as a photographer, if at all? How are you different after season 1 of photographing the Hearts?
I realized that I want to do more projects. I think as a photographer, when I stopped shooting weddings, a wedding day was, a real project for me. It was like, okay, this entire day needs to be, conveyed in images.
Man,
and
that's a podcast in itself right there.
right. Right.
Oh, my goodness.
But I think, that translated really well into how I approached a Hearts game. And when I stopped shooting weddings, I don't know, when the pandemic hit, I kind of found my way out of being a working photographer. But the importance of having a project, even if it's just going down to Higgins Beach and watching the surfers in, minus 10 degrees or whatever, over the course of the winter, like there's a project there, there's a whole story there. And so rather than just trying to get one cool photo of a surfer, in icy water, it's like, oh, there's a whole, there's a project here, and that's worth doing. And putting together the book really kind of nailed that home for me, that it's just really, really satisfying to have something completed.
I totally understand that. Did you have a favorite game from the season? It can be photographically. It could be otherwise. Maybe they're the same.
Favorite game photographically was, what was the 6-goal game?
Spokane. That was my favorite game of the season. That was amazing. It was immense.
Yeah, I mean, that was nuts. And there's like, looking back on the reel of that game, there's just, photographic gold.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, my favorite game might have been Hartford.
The Open Cup game.
The Open Cup game.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I mean, that was just like an eye opener.
Mm-hmm.
We show up, we file ins. We didn't really know what kind of team they were, even in context of USL soccer or whatever. But then we show up and we play Hartford, which we know is, a good team, and we show up and we give them a game. And I mean, obviously come away with a win, but then the penalty shootout at the end of the game is when I basically took note of you guys in the stands and just
Was it the swearing? Was that what it was?
Turned out to be a great moment early in the season, right? We were together.
Yeah,
you
we
and I were
were,
hanging
yeah,
out, like,
yeah.
all hanging on the post.
Mhm.
I remember when the
We
ref was
almost
like, "Get
collapsed
out!"
that
We
fence.
didn't leave.
Yeah.
I know.
You and
I
you
was
did
like,
not
"I'm
wanna
not
leave.
going anywhere."
Right.
So, and I mean, it didn't last very long.
Right.
But
No,
that was a
and
moment.
I have a photo of, I don't know, somebody that I don't recognize, but he's hanging over the fence and he's like got a surprised look on his face. You're kind of right behind him.
I had a camera too. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
at the time. Yeah.
And But I mean, just seeing the reaction to, and even the players' reactions, like it meant a lot to the players. You know, the image I have of the Australian.
Langlois.
Patty. I now know exactly what photo you're talking about.
It's black and white. He's like looking up into the air. He's like screaming, and I'm like, holy shit! Like this is really like meaningful. To
Tough
these
shooting
guys,
conditions too. I mean, rainy, dark,
It
pretty
snowed
dark.
It snowed that night.
Yep.
It
So
snowed. Yeah. Shooting at Lewiston is a bit of a nightmare lighting wise. Like it is.
Crank
dark.
your ISO up, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have any further to go. So like,
Really?
I was 25,000 ISO.
You shot that at 25,000 ISO. So that's just the camera's sensor sensitivity to light. So, and usually when you crank it like that, you get very grainy, noisy images. So really, it was okay.
Hence the black and white.
It's turning into an advertisement for Nikon.
Right.
This whole,
But the cool thing about that field was like you guys were saying, you sit right on the sideline, and but where the shootout was, so you have the goal and the point where they take the shot, and when they look toward the DU, that was the best lighting on the field. And so you can expose for that, and everything else goes dark.
Right.
And so it was like really dramatic photos, and just it all made, and then the hunter save, that he just happened to
that was a great night.
dive toward me.
Absolute theater.
You got really good shots of Hunter getting the fingers on the ball.
Yeah, the ball on the hand, hand on the ball, and then he gets up, and you don't see a lot of emotion out of Hunter.
No,
typically.
Yeah, he was
And he
grinning
was
ear
pumped.
to ear.
He was
He
pumped,
was
like-
good that night.
Yeah, so that was after that, I was like, this is.
I think it's so cool that the Open Cup comes at the beginning of the season, and why I'm so thrilled that we're going to Vermont. I'd rather Vermont come to us, but that we're going to Vermont, and that's why I think it just sets the tone for the season. I think it was the same thing. It was our first game against Violence, and I actually think Vermont's similar, whereas, being a USL2 team, I don't, and they don't even know who they're going to have, right now. I was listening to you guys on the podcast. We can talk about that too. But I think it's all for the Hearts to go to lose. Like, they have nothing to lose, Vermont. They're not expected to win that game, even though they've beaten USL 1 teams before and the Open Cup magic, upsets, cup sets, whatever you want to call it. But I think for us, I know there's that talk of will we play our best team and who will we have at that point, and it's a travel week and we're going out west. But I feel like we have to win that game because it sets the mood, and it's arguably going to have so much exposure. It might be the biggest game in U.S. soccer. Certainly that at that time it's going to be. But anyway, I just like looking back, I'm so excited about the Open Cup because that, even though I loved Spokane, I've said it a few times on the podcast that the Lewiston games were really special. So
Yeah, and I mean for a number of reasons too. Like we talk about, what this team is kind of bringing to the community. I mean, to be able to play up in Lewiston, I mean, we talked about it over and over again, but I mean, Lewiston is really, really significant in the soccer community. And I think that for that community to get a chance to come in and see a pro team play, a bunch of players that look a little bit more like a lot of the population in Lewiston. I mean, I think it made for great theater and a great game, and proved to be really significant in the whole history of this season.
Okay, smoke, flares, or scarves. You only get one. You shoot all of them. But for me, I think you're like the best at shooting this. I think your scarf game is top notch.
I definitely upped the scarf game. No, the scarves are cool. I love the depth that you get with everybody kind of holding up the scarves, and one game I managed to shoot through somebody's arms and get Colin holding up his scarf, and that kind of unlocked something in my mind, like, oh, this can be a little bit more interesting. But I love the smoke photos. I love
so much
the smoke
atmosphere.
photos.
There's some really good ones that I can think of last season that you got the smoke happening, Dana standing up right in front,
Right.
and the scar, and a couple people having the scarves up, and some of those photos are just crazy because they're all like the pink smoke, especially.
Yeah, the red smoke does really
The
well.
red smoke does crazy stuff for the photographs, and I just those like I see that and I can get physically excited just seeing those photos.
Yeah, and when I'm shooting in the middle of it, Like the photo early on in the season of Bass, he lights a smoke and he's turning the corner and he's basically
Yeah.
running back.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the grin on his face, the smoke rolling out of his hand. I mean that's one of the images that really sticks into my mind. But when I'm shooting from far back, like if I'm on the field and you guys light off smoke, it can cause all kinds of cool things to happen. Like when the smoke rolls through, it can completely overexpose the photo, like just kind of blow everything out because the lights reflect off of it. And then like maybe my favorite photo of the Union is Dana standing up there doing the clap, and there's like a diagonal line of smoke going through the Union, and it's just it gives atmosphere to the images,
And a graphic element, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that
if
picture is hanging up on my living room wall. So in the the meeting that we had at the beginning of the year, the town hall. That's what I was looking for. Town hall.
Yeah.
The town hall that we had, there was a drawing to win one of Chris's photos.
That's how you got that?
And my son
Oh,
won.
that's cool.
Oh, that
That's
was
great.
your son.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I wouldn't
So
have given it to him if I knew.
So that's
Oh, at the last town hall. That's right.
that's
Yeah,
hanging
that
up in
just
my
happened.
living room.
Yeah.
on my
Oh, that's
living room
cool.
wall.
Yeah, that was totally fixed. We just
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and I gave away a copy of my book. Also, I meant to give away this copy. I actually gave away by accident, like it was a working copy. So sorry, the person that got the copy, actually there's like some typos and stuff in there, but I think it's all good. So hopefully,
Well, you'll know if they read it or not.
yeah,
So you-
exactly. They'd be like,
Exactly.
this guy's kind of dumb.
But that brings up a good point with Prince. So I think it's really a cool thing if you're not a Dirigo Union member, or even if you are a Dirigo Union member, you may not be aware after games, you post links out that anyone can see in the Discord to the gallery. So all the shots from the game. And I would imagine people might be interested in, if you catch them, they might want to purchase a print and have it up in their home. They love the hearts and your photos are beautiful. So have people been buying prints? Is there a way for them to just go to the site and then click buy if they're interested in having it printed? And who do you use to print your images?
Part of what I wanted to do for the Union was provide the media team primarily with images that maybe the Hearts wouldn't necessarily have access to. Kind of shared both ways, but my idea was that you guys would have more access.
We
to,
certainly did, yeah.
We had so many for the newsletter. It was actually amazing. We had so many different things to pick from. It was very easy for me whenever I had to put it out to actually just find a good photo.
Looking for thumbnails for the podcast for YouTube.
Yep.
So we're going right to Chris's website.
and that was awesome because you didn't necessarily see the photo that you used by the Hearts, you
Right,
know? So
exactly.
it was like
Yep.
some fresh
They were
content. and stuff.
our things, which
Yeah,
was great.
yeah, and so that was great to see. But then my hope was my ultimate hope is that I'm doing something that everybody gets some benefit from. Has access to the photos. So when I'm sharing the photos, the idea is that I really want to create something that people dig and that they want to kind of, use and share, and not because I need the recognition, but I just like, this is kind of cool stuff. I hope that you get to use it. I'm trying to figure out a way not to monetize it, but just be able to support.
It's a lot of effort for
Yeah,
free. So many
mhm,
photographers
I was gonna
don't.
say,
They
let's
put
not
so-
minimize this
Oh,
part.
it's
Yeah.
huge. I mean, that's why we say thank you. But just anybody listening, I mean, the time and effort that go and the consistency that you put forward is like if not a full-time job, certainly another part-time job that you put towards this. And you're not asking anything from anybody. So buy some fucking pictures, people. All right, right? Yep.
Yep.
Thank
Well, I mean, Tabor's in the back there. He's my best customer. He loves the photos of himself.
Is he back there? The light is so bright. I think he's in the shadows somewhere.
Yeah, no.
He's levitating though, back there.
That's a great shot. That's not yours. Is that yours? Where Tabor's up in the air?
No, I don't think that was mine.
I was gonna say I didn't think that was yours.
Yeah, I don't-
the
I don't
where
think-
he's levitating. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple nice ones. I think it was the last game of the season, last home game of the season. But It's tricky. Like I don't want to make this about money, and I'm not trying to.
Of course
like,
not, but I
earn-
do. A little bit. A
We're,
little
we're,
bit. I
we're
just,
fine telling people, no, go buy Chris's stuff. Like, go out there, go buy them all, because they're amazing photos.
No, they're
Well, I
amazing. And like,
appreciate
what other? How cool is it that if you're part of the Dirigo Union, and a lot of it has to do with where you're sitting. I mean, there's more likely a chance you're going to get a picture taken of you if you're in the zoo. But still, like if you're going to a game, you're in the zoo, you're part of the union. I mean, think of the access that gets. There might be a great shot of you afterwards. You're posting them all, and it's right into your app on your phone with a chance to purchase it. Like that doesn't happen in any other sport. You can't go to see other sports teams and be like, oh, maybe there's a print of me available, in floating, levitating while I'm screaming at the top of my lungs,
With
and I have
smoke
a
in
great
the
memory
background.
just
Right.
available for
Right.
me.
I
I
mean-
think it's a huge perk you're providing for union members.
It really is, because, I mean, you think about how many photos they're taking on, let's say, from the other media folks.
Yeah.
You might see 20 of them on Instagram over the course of the next week after the game.
Yep.
Chris, you're doing like almost 100 to 120 photos per match or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I try to, and one of the things that I struggle with throughout the season was I don't know. It was hard to get pictures of folks in the union. Like, there's the usual suspects. You got Ian and Mouse front and center. You got Don and Dana, obviously.
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
A lot of Mitchell.
Yeah,
Lot of Mitchell.
A lot of there is a lot of Mitchell anyway. So we got that. I love you,
love you,
buddy.
man.
Yeah, I love you, buddy.
Mitchell
I mean,
catching strays.
Mitchell's why I have this gig. So thank you.
Not you, Don. Mitchell.
Right. But we were kind of toying with the idea of like doing a yearbook partway through the year. Like, how do we, what should we throw together that the union would like to be a part of? And as the season progressed, I was not getting those type of photos. Like, I can't really
Right.
pick out individuals and except Tabor. I get a lot of Tabor and his family.
He's over there right now buying.
Yeah.
buying
Yeah.
photos right now. He's like, buy.
Oh, Tabor bought one. I'm going to shoot him again next game.
It checks out.
Right. But anyway, so because you guys are like buried in the stands,
Right.
and so
Yeah.
it gets a little tricky. But I also had one of the members buy a picture of Mickey, and
That's cool.
yeah, I bought a print of Mickey, had it framed, and sent it to Mickey as a thank you.
Really?
Just when he left.
That is
so
very cool.
that was really cool.
Whoever
He-
did that, good on you.
Yeah, and he actually approached me partway through the season and asked me, what was the game that Mickey scored?
The international.
The
game.
international game against
International game.
Halifax.
Yeah.
Halifax.
So it's that photo. I think it's that photo with he and who did he celebrate with? I'm trying to remember.
See,
Um,
that's where I turn and spill my beer into everybody in the stands. So I have no idea who
Right.
he celebrated with.
Evan. It was with Evan.
That makes sense, though,
He and
'cause of
Evan
that game.
together.
Yeah.
Actually, that photo's in the book.
So I should know it.
Buy the book.
Yeah, right.
I have.
You haven't read it, right?
No, page cover
No,
to
I
cover,
know.
babe.
So anyway, he did that, and that was really cool to see. And Mickey posted, hey, thank you. You got the photo. So
Other players that want to see shots of themselves or for maybe to purchase or print or whatever.
yeah, no. So part of the deal with the Hearts was that I would share all my images with them.
Mhm.
So you can come shoot for the Union. But I'd share all of the photos. So that all goes up onto a site that they share with the players.
Oh, the
So
players access that
The
too.
players have access to all of the photos.
So they can just download it.
Yeah. So they get
That's a nice
everything.
perk for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean they know how to print their images though. I'd ask the club. Be like, hey, we'll make high quality prints for these guys if they want them. I don't know.
Well-
Maybe it doesn't even occur to them. Maybe it does. Maybe they don't want prints.
I don't think it does. I don't think most people print photos anymore.
Yeah,
it's
it's
kind it's kind of tragic in my opinion, but
I agree. No, I agree.
everybody's looking at
Photographers
the
over here getting emotional about printing photos.
well, I mean, if you look at this,
You want to hold it in your
I
hand.
will say
Yes.
no. I will say the prints sitting right here are
They're
really
beautiful.
nice for folks. Like, this is an objectively nice thing to have.
and it makes a little bit more impact than like a 2-inch screen where you're just
Oh, yeah.
scrolling.
The thing
past
is,
stuff, so.
it is expensive. I mean, and like I personally like the Dirigo Union it uses a T-shirt that if you join by a certain date, you get a T-shirt. I love it, but like how cool would it be if they got your book? The problem is the book's like $100 to make, and the print on demand, it costs. The printing is expensive, whereas the T-shirt is more affordable and it works out. But I think most people would love to have that book.
Well, it all depends on what you want to do with a photo, right? So I mean, like if you're gonna have like a little collage, you're gonna have on your Instagram and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, maybe printing out a photo is probably not your cup of tea. But like the print that I have hanging up on my living room wall, like I just got done talking about, right? You're going to want a high quality print for something like that.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to want to just like print it off on your, your Staples printer at home off your iPhone and put it in a frame.
Right.
Right. You don't want something high quality that you can frame and put up, and respectable, and look at it and remember those moments, and that's really what you're talking to.
So speaking about remembering those moments, Chris, if people want the book, where can they get it?
Good question. Good question. Yeah,
that's how you make them really want it. You can't have it.
Yep. It's a very limited edition. I published it through Blurb Publishing, which is a pretty well-known self-publishing site. So I don't have off the top of my head. It's a long URL, but I've sent out the link in the Discord, and
it'll be in the description of the episode.
Yeah,
we'll put it in the description.
And so, one of the challenges was I wanted to do a book that was as high quality as I could find, because it's going to be a picture book. I wanted it to be about the photos. So one of the downsides is that it's really expensive, and I get that, and I knew that it was going to. Again, I didn't do it because I wanted to sell it. I did it because it needed to be done, and I was hoping that some folks would be able to join in. Next year, hopefully, I can figure out something that makes a little bit more affordable option. I also offered a PDF version so that you can actually download it and see it full screen on your computer. But it's right through Blurb Books. You order it, gets shipped. I think Sean ordered a copy and had it shipped
Charles
direct.
As well.
Yep. I still owe him. What does that say about me? I still need to pay the man. What is the PDF? Is it $12 or is it free?
It's like $12 or $10, something like that.
It should have some, and then then cost shouldn't be as much of a barrier as opposed to buying 100. And then you can still read your words, see the image order, the story you're trying to tell. So encourage anybody. Spend the $12. Definitely check out the PDF at a minimum if you have any interest in Chris's work, because it's fabulous. You won't be disappointed. We're so happy that you did that. And any for anybody who's in the union, just to how to make sure that they access your work respectfully. And you probably don't have too much of an issue there, but
No. I mean, my website, I've got it set up so that you guys have access to the photos. If people wanted to purchase photos, I have, there is a paywall to some of the photos. I'm trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to make it more affordable, or more accessible to people. I mean, stinking website itself cost me $400 a year,
Right.
So it's like I got to figure it out. But anyway, chrislinscott.smugmug.com. That's the website, and check it out.
Thank you, Chris. One last question for me as I grab another beer here. One word to describe the union.
Inspirational. Totally inspirational. I see you guys as really inspiring group of people. I mean, just doing amazing things, not even just soccer things, right? Like as a community, the energy that comes out of your group, the knowledge that you guys bring to the game, man, it's I never imagined, in my wildest dreams that you guys would provide this much, entertainment value added. Just it's an amazing experience, and my only wish is that more people could come to games and experience what you guys bring.
We'll get that 10,000 seater stadium built eventually.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's down.
You're going to need a wider lens. Put it that way, right? we do need 10,000 seats, man. We got to figure that out. So thank you, Chris.
Thank
Certainly appreciate the words there, Chris, and just want to make sure keep in mind you're a big part of that group.
Huge,
the Dirigo
huge,
Union and what you bring to the table. So don't sell yourself short.
We're in big trouble if you decide to stop doing this. We do take you for granted.
Right.
Thank you.
No, not at all. I appreciate everything.